Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're holding onto Iraqi dinar or have been tracking the currency for months, today's update might be one of the biggest in recent years. Picture this, banks suddenly removing all exchange limits, and for many investors, this could signal the start of something truly historic. Before we dive into the details, let me ask you, have you ever imagined the day when your dinar could be treated like any other major currency? That day may be closer than you think. Today, we're going to explore every angle of this news, what it means for you, and how to prepare so that when the window opens, you're not left behind. From internal banking updates to what's happening in Iraq's economy, and even insider hints that have surfaced quietly over the last few weeks, this could mark the final stage in a long awaited transition. So, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this could be life changing for dinar holders worldwide. Chase Bank, one of the largest banks in the United States, has reportedly made a move that has the entire dinar community buzzing. Recent internal updates indicate that the bank has removed exchange limits for exotic currencies like the Iraqi dinar, a step that is extremely rare. Normally, these banks maintain strict daily limits on foreign currency exchanges, often capping them at $3,000 to $10,000 per day for currencies like IQD or VND. This limitation has historically made it difficult for investors to move significant amounts quickly. But now, reports suggest these restrictions have disappeared. While no public announcement has been made, the internal system changes indicate serious preparation. Such changes in banking protocols are not random. They suggest that banks are aligning with international movements, possibly in anticipation of higher exchange rates. For investors, this could mean that the dinar is no longer viewed as a speculative or low liquidity currency, but is being positioned as a legitimate tradable asset on global markets. This is massive news for anyone who has been holding dinar with hope. It's important to understand what removing exchange limits actually signifies. Banks do not make this type of adjustment lightly. Previously, the capped limits existed to manage risk, protect liquidity, and prevent potential volatility in the market. Exotic currencies like the dinar were often considered high risk due to past instability and low trading volume. By removing these restrictions, banks are signaling readiness to handle significant transactions without hesitation. This could be interpreted as preparation for a special exchange window where larger sums of dinar can be exchanged at regulated rates. For holders of IQD, this may finally mean access to real liquidity, not just theoretical value. If you've been waiting, watching, and hoping for this moment, the infrastructure is being set up for you to act when the FOP official rate goes live. While patience is key, knowing that banks are adjusting systems behind the scenes is a strong signal that changes are imminent. Let's talk about the broader economic context in Iraq, because it's impossible to separate these banking updates from what's happening on the ground. Over the last month, there have been significant developments aimed at stabilizing Iraq's currency and reducing dependence on the US dollar. Prime Minister Soudani and the Central Bank of Iraq have been working intensively on economic reform and currency modernization. International banking experts and institutions are assisting in implementing new digital tools, anti-fraud measures, and settlement systems. These reforms are not minor, they are critical building blocks for a sustainable financial transition. When major US banks like Chase align their internal systems with these changes, it demonstrates coordination at the highest levels. It's a clear indication that the global financial system is recognizing Iraq's efforts and preparing to integrate the dinar into larger international markets. Inside banking networks, the signs have been growing for weeks. Traders and insiders have noticed internal testing for foreign currency exchanges, with systems starting to display live rates where placeholders used to be. The usual messages about currency not available or system restricted are disappearing. Instead, new screens indicate active, unlimited exchange capabilities. While these tests are not open to the public, they reveal the scale of preparation happening behind the scenes. The timing aligns with economic reforms in Iraq and signals that banks are not just experimenting, they are planning for activation. If Chase Bank is moving in this direction, it's likely that other major banks are taking similar steps. For dinar holders, this is a unique window of opportunity to be ready for when the official rates roll out. Many seasoned insiders in the dinar community have been hinting at this moment for weeks. Analysts with deep connections in the Middle East report seeing green lights on internal banking systems and directives from senior officials to prepare for major currency events. Although no one can confirm the exact timing, the pattern is clear. Banks are preparing for transactions at levels far beyond past limits. Combined with the removal of caps at Chase, it suggests that liquidity is being positioned strategically. This is not speculation, it is a systemic shift in how exotic currencies are handled. For long-term investors, this is a strong signal to organize, verify, and prepare your currency holdings so that you can act when the time comes. It's also important to highlight what this doesn't mean. Just because limits are removed does not mean that immediate access to millions is guaranteed. Banks will still follow protocols to ensure compliance, verification, and authenticity of currency notes. You can't walk in with large amounts of dinar without proof of ownership, documentation, and authentication. Banks will implement checks to prevent fraud and counterfeiting, and rates may initially be available only in staged phases. Some exchanges might prioritize larger verified accounts first before rolling out to the general public. Understanding these steps is essential because acting too early or without proper preparation could result in missed opportunities. This moment is different from previous rumors and hype around the dinar. In the past, investors were often misled by speculation, unofficial announcements, and misinformation. Today, the situation is backed by tangible changes in banking infrastructure, international oversight, and coordination between Iraq's central bank and global financial players. The introduction of digital dinar platforms, enhanced security measures, and integration with international settlement systems means the groundwork for a legitimate revaluation is firmly in place. It is no longer a theoretical possibility. It is a developing reality that demands careful attention. For holders, the signal is unmistakable. Preparation is crucial, and timing will determine how much advantage you can gain. From a practical standpoint, what should you do now? First, maintain your calm and avoid panic. Do not rush to the bank immediately because early attempts may not yield the optimal rate. Second, organize your currency. Verify and authenticate your dinar notes, keep certificates or receipts ready, and store them securely. Third, develop an exchange plan. Decide how much to exchange immediately and how much to hold for potential tiered rate benefits. Some experts predict staggered release windows to reward strategic timing. Finally, ensure your financial safety. Be aware of taxes, digital security, and other wealth protection strategies. Acting without preparation could jeopardize the opportunity. Banks removing limits is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, Chase and other major institutions are coordinating with the U.S. Treasury, international partners, and Iraq's central bank. These changes are strategic, ensuring that when rates go live, systems can process large exchanges efficiently, securely, and within regulatory frameworks. This level of coordination has never been seen in past revaluation rumors. It underscores the seriousness of this moment. For investors, understanding the scope and scale of these preparations is essential. It tells you that this is not just another cycle of hype, it's a structured financial transition. The digital transformation in Iraq plays a significant role in this story. Digital banking networks, real-time transaction processing, and anti-fraud technologies are being integrated into the economy to ensure smooth handling of large-scale currency exchanges. These innovations mean that exotic currencies like the dinar are now treated as legitimate tradable assets, rather than speculative collector notes. When international banks recognize and integrate these digital systems, they open the door to faster, safer, and more scalable exchanges for investors. This is critical because liquidity, security, and system reliability are the pillars that determine the success of a currency revaluation. Insider reports hint that tiered exchange rates might be in place once the revaluation begins. This means early strategic exchanges could see different rates than later exchanges, creating an incentive structure for patient investors. While no one can predict exact numbers, testing rates reportedly ranged from moderate to significant values, suggesting that there is potential for substantial gains for those prepared. Banks and governments prefer this approach because it prevents market shock, ensures orderly transactions, and rewards structured investment behavior. For viewers, understanding these possible tiers is essential in planning a smart, safe exchange. Strategy. Financial experts also emphasize verification. Banks will likely require proof of ownership, serial numbers, and possibly other authentication documentation. This is critical to prevent fraud, counterfeit transactions, and illegal trading. Ensuring that your dinar holdings are legitimate and verifiable is a simple step that can protect you from losing the opportunity. Many investors overlook this preparation, and when the system goes live, those unverified may face delays or exclusions. Being organized and fully documented is as important as holding the currency itself. It's worth noting the role of international recognition in this process. For the revaluation to succeed and be sustainable, the dinar must be recognized in global banking systems. The removal of exchange limits at Chase suggests that international systems are aligning to accept larger transactions. Integration with SWIFT, ISO standards, and other global settlement tools shows that this is not a local adjustment but a coordinated financial strategy. This alignment provides stability, credibility, and security for investors. It also indicates that banks are confident in processing large exchanges safely. This moment is also about timing. Investors need to observe official updates from the Central Bank of Iraq and trusted financial intel channels. Early attempts to exchange before the official rollout could result in lower rates or denied transactions. Being patient allows for access to full, verified rates once the system is live. Watching the unfolding situation carefully, while staying organized and prepared, ensures you can act strategically when the opportunity arises. This is the difference between losing out and benefiting fully from a historic currency event. The revaluation is not just about instant financial gain. It also represents Iraq's transition to currency independence, economic modernization, and global financial integration. These structural changes have long-term implications for the country and its investors. By understanding the broader context, viewers can appreciate that this is more than a speculative move, it's a fundamental financial milestone. Holding and exchanging dinar at the right moment could yield returns that reflect years of planning, preparation, and patience. It's crucial to highlight security. Scammers and opportunists will attempt to exploit the excitement around the dinar. Claims of early access, special rates, or private exchanges are common. Investors should only engage with licensed banks, official channels, and verified financial institutions. Avoid paying fees upfront or sharing serial numbers or receipts online. Protecting your wealth is as important as planning your exchange. Security, patience, and professionalism are key to successfully navigating this historic moment. The scale of coordination across banks is unprecedented. Chase, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and others are aligning their internal systems to support large-scale exchanges. This coordination suggests that when the official rate goes live, it will be handled in a structured, professional manner rather than ad hoc or chaotic. Investors who understand this can prepare strategically and act confidently, knowing that the system is designed to accommodate them safely and efficiently. For viewers, the message is clear. The infrastructure is ready, the banks are signaling readiness, and the world is watching Iraq's financial transition unfold. This is not another false rumor. This is preparation for a potentially historic currency event. By staying calm, organized, and informed, investors can position themselves to benefit fully. Understanding the process, from verification to exchange strategy, is critical to taking advantage of this moment without risk. In conclusion, the removal of all exchange limits by Chase Bank is more than just an internal banking change. It's a signal to the world that the dinar is being positioned for legitimate high-volume trading. For holders, this is the moment to prepare, organize, and strategize. By understanding the stages of exchange, verification requirements, and timing, investors can maximize their advantage while minimizing risk. This is a historic moment, and being informed is your first step toward success. Finally, remember that wealth comes with responsibility. Acting smart, protecting your assets, and staying patient will be key to navigating the upcoming currency window. Keep monitoring updates, stay in touch with verified sources, and ensure your holdings are ready for exchange. This is the moment many have been waiting for, and with careful planning, you can benefit from a transition that has been decades in the making. The banks are ready, Iraq is ready, and the global financial system is aligning. Your patience and preparation could soon pay off.